RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
We're about set for kickoff, and Coach, last week, despite the fact that the Explorers won 14-0, it was not a thing of beauty. Way too many turnovers, way too many penalties, and they're going to have to show a little bit more consistency on offense if they want to make a playoff run.
No, you're exactly right, Sam. Hopefully they work with the offensive line this week, because they really didn't show up to any extent last Saturday night. So hopefully they saw the game tapes and accordingly made some not necessarily changes, but did some work, some field work.
Well, the Explorers will receive the opening kickoff, so the Vandals have the ball teed at their own 40. The run-up and the kick, and it's a high short kick taken by the deep man, and right up the middle he goes, and that's John Piper out across the 40 to the 43, and if he had broken one more tackle, he was going to be gone down the right sideline, but Piper with a nice return, and the Explorers start with great field position. Piper just took it right up the gut and found an opening and then tried to cut it to his right, and one last tackler was able to bring him down. Now Piper in there as a wide out, splits wide to the left side. The Explorers with a tight end also to the left side, the wide side of the field. Double wing formation. They put Moore in motion to the left side, and they give it to the fullback, Derek Sterrett. Sterrett crosses the 45 and takes it out near the 47-yard line, a gain of 4 on that carry for the Explorer fullback.
Well, hopefully they listen to the replay on this, where I harped about giving it to the fullback to set up your outside game.
A nice gain on that carry for Derek Sterrett. Now Jack Miller in as a wide receiver. He's wide to the right side, Piper wide left. Again, the double wing formation. Dalton Holm, the quarterback under center, turns, pitches it back, and here's Michael Ford trying to turn that right corner, found an opening, crosses midfield, and is bumped out of bounds at the 45 of the Vandals, and that goes as a gain of 8 yards and a first down, and I was fearful the Explorers might be called for a hold there, because somebody on that offensive line had the defensive end tied up, and that's where Ford found the opening. But no call, and a first down for Marquette, 1st and 10, just inside the 45 of the Vandals. Again, receivers left and right, double wing formation. Ford on the left, Moore on the right. Ford in motion to the right side, and they give it to Moore on the wing counter. He's got lots of running room around the left corner, inside the 40, inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line. Michael Ford, or rather Tyler Moore, and Tyler Moore picks up 14 on that carry, and another first down for the Explorers.
That was a well-drawn-up play to run the left wing back in motion to the right, then come back with your right wing back on a sweep.
The Explorers have run 3 plays and given it to 3 different running backs. So early on, they've spread it around. Piper now splits wide to the right side, a tight end to the right side as well. Double wing formation. 1st and 10 Explorers at the 31 of the Vandals, and they give it to Sterrett, the fullback, and Derek Sterrett. Nice running room right up the gut, and he pounds his way down just shy of the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 on that carry for the Explorer fullback.
Well, Sterrett's a load. He's 6'5", 215. One of the bigger fullbacks Marquette's ever had.
2nd down and 5, Explorers, just outside the 30 of Vandalia. The Vandals won in week 1 and have lost 2 straight. Now a man in motion to the left side, and this is going to be Dalton Holm keeping it himself, working the right side. Holm inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line, a gain of 6 on that carry, and another first down for Marquette, their third of this drive, the opening possession of the ball game. That's Holmes' first carry of the night. First and 10 Explorers at the Vandal 19-yard line. Marquette fashioned a 99-yard touchdown drive last week, early in the game, on their second possession. And this possession started at their own 43 after receiving the opening kickoff. First and 10 at the Vandal 19. Here is the give to the fullback. That's Sterrett. Breaks the tackle, now loses the football, and the Vandals are on it at the 13. Sterrett never did really have that football. He was kind of juggling it as he took it inside the 20, down to the 15, and then when he got hit, it finally popped loose. But he never did have a good handle on it. And despite the nice gain on the play of 6 yards, a turnover for Marquette.
Well, you can't have those type of things happen when you're on a nice drive like they have. You're moving, whether they were in the red zone.
So now it's the Vandalia Vandals, first and 10. Double wing formation. They put a man in motion to the right side, and they give it to their fullback right up the middle and out to the 20-yard line. Goes number 44, Levi Ulmer, and Ulmer picks up 7 on that carry, right up the gut.
Brett Greenwell, the junior linebacker, made the stop.
Ulmer's more your prototypical fullback, at least in high school, 5'10", 185, a little bowling ball. They give it to Ulmer once again. He stood up at the line of scrimmage, manages to fight forward as he broke a tackle, and he picks up 3 yards, and he's going to be very close to a first down. It will depend upon the spot, and it is a first down for the Vandals. So Ulmer, 2 carries for 10 yards out of the fullback position. First and 10 Vandals at their own, just shy of their own 24-yard line.
And again, the stop was by Brent Greenwell.
Receivers left and right. Double wing formation, a man in motion to the right side. Again, it's the fullback Ulmer, and this time he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So after gains of 7 and 3, this time Ulmer tripped up for no gain at all, and it was Sean Utley on the tackle. Utley, 5'6", 170. He's a sophomore, a linebacker. Second and 10 Vandals. Their quarterback, Marty Johnson, a senior, under center, drops the throw, rolling to his right. He's got some running room, but he lets it go downfield. He's got his man out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Good for a first down. And making the reception was Daniel Bell. So Marty Johnson found his man, and that was a gain of 15 on that completed pass. Bell just ran it out, and he was open on the sideline, and Johnson hit him. And Johnson was disciplined on that play because he had some running room, but he ran the play as called. Now it's Ulmer, the fullback, working the right side, and Ulmer takes it out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 2 on that carry, maybe 3. They'll give him the 41. It is a gain of 3 for the Vandalia fullback. Second and 7. A beautiful evening for football. It doesn't get much better than this. The Explorers in their blue jerseys, white pants, and the silver helmets. Vandalia in white jerseys, white pants, red helmets with the red trim. Now here's the give on a wing counter, and a nice running play there for the Vandals as the running back crosses the 45 and takes it out to the 47-yard line. That was Brian Hosick, a junior, and Hosick picks up 8 on that carry.
Stop made by Sterrett, one of the inside backers.
Along with Brad Ennick, bringing up third down and 2.
So Vandalia putting together a nice drive after recovering an Explorer fumble at their own 13-yard line. Double wing formation with receivers left and right. Third and 2 for the Vandals from their own 46-yard line. A pitch back, and here's a sweep to the right side, and that's going to be a first down on the carry that time. Nate Henna. and that play closed down quickly because it looked like Hanna might have lots of running room around that right corner, but the Explorers closed it down. But nonetheless, a 3-yard gain for Hanna on that carry, and that's enough for a first down.
At the 49, first and 10 for the Vandals.
First and 10 Vandals from their own 49-yard line. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Johnson under center, turns, gives it to the fullback, Ulmer. Big hole there, and Ulmer is pounded to the turf, but not until he gets to the Explorer 45-yard line, making the hard hit for the Explorers, Derek Sterrett. But you've got to get some pads on that fullback before he gets 6 yards downfield.
Well, Ulmer is the prototypical fullback, high school football. He's 5'10", 185. I don't think he's 5'10".
Second and 4. A short 4 for the Vandals just inside the Explorer 45-yard line. And now they give to the wing counter on to Hanna, and Hanna dancing, trying to find a hole, and he gains 3 on that carry. Looked like he might be stacked up at the line of scrimmage, but with a move or two, he did find an opening and picked up 3, and now it's 3rd and 1 for the Vandals just inside the Marquette 42. Again, this drive started for the Vandals, their first possession of the ball game, at their own 13-yard line after the Explorers fumbled after putting together a good opening drive. Receivers left and right. 3rd and 1, Vandalia, and the give to the fullback Ulmer, and he's got the first down, breaking tackles, fighting for yardage down to the Explorer 36-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry for Ulmer, who has carried 6 times on this possession for 25 yards. And it's another first down for the Vandals. Their 4th first down of this possession. So Vandalia moving the football here. We're down to 5:05 remaining in the first quarter. Double wing formation, receivers left and right. On the first down play, they run the option to the right side, and Johnson turns it up, found an opening, and finally pounded to the turf by Derek Sterrett after Johnson took it inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry for Marty Johnson, his first carry of the night. And it doesn't appear on a lot of these running plays that anybody on that defensive line is getting a hand on the running backs. It's all the linebackers in the secondary. 2nd and 6, back to throw Johnson. He's got time, swings it out to the right side. He's got his man, sidesteps one tackler inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. That was Hanna out of the backfield. And that was a gain of about 4 on that pass completion. Johnson now 2 for 2 for 19 yards. So 3rd and 2 for the Vandals, just inside the Explorer 27-yard line, just inside the 28. Receivers left and right on the 3rd down play. Johnson looks over the defense, puts a man in motion to the left side and gives it to the fullback Ulmer. He's got first down yardage inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 4 on that carry for Ulmer, and the 5th first down of this drive. Nothing fancy about this, Coach.
No, it isn't. I was just thinking is that I haven't seen a lot of gains coming here with the defensive line and the linebackers. I think they're going to have to do something along that line.
1st and 10, Vandals. The pitch to the right side. Hanna sweeping the right side. He's got good running room inside the 15 down to about the 11-yard line. And a gain of 14 on that carry for Nate Hanna, and another first down for the Vandals. 1st and 10 at the Explorer 11-yard line. So this drive so far has gone from the Vandal 13 to the Explorer 11. Well, they've been bending. Now, can they keep from breaking? And the Explorers, in order to try to accomplish that, ask for a timeout. It comes with 3:09 remaining in the first quarter. No score, Marquette and Vandalia. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
Sam Stem along with John Rogers back at Public School Stadium in Alton, where late in the first quarter, Marquette and Vandalia are scoreless. Be sure and stay tuned, because following tonight's game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. And who will it be? Which team will the Player of the Game come from? Probably the winning team. 1st and 10 Vandals at the Marquette 11-yard line. Both teams have marched up and down the field. The Explorers fumbled in the red zone, lost the football, and now the Vandals have put together a long drive. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 11. Here's the give right up the middle. Ulmer, big hole, and he takes it down to the 5. Working the right side of the line. On the tackle for the Explorers, Brad Emming, who was the Quarterback Club Defensive Lineman of the Week for this past week, but that was a gain of 6 for Ulmer on that carry. 35 yards on 8 carries on this drive for the fullback for the Vandals. 2nd and 4 at the Explorer 5. Receivers left and right, a man in motion to the left side. They give it to Ulmer. He's stacked up at the line, fights forward. Finally, 3 Explorers hog tie him and throw him back. Ulmer gained a yard down to the 4-yard line. Well, they give him no forward progress at all. I think he got a bad spot, no gain, and now it's 3rd and 4. But one of the keys here, Coach, is their success on first down. Generally, they've had 2nd and short. So now a big 3rd down, and probably a 4th down here too. 3rd and 4 at the Explorer 5 for the Vandals. They run the option to the right side. Now he wants to throw, and throws it out of the back of the end zone. Johnson didn't like what he saw, and he just unloaded it, although I think with a better throw, he had a chance. He had a big, I guess that's his tight end, or no, that was Henna out of the backfield, but he's a big kid, and he had a step on the defender, but Johnson just appeared to want to throw it away. And now the Vandals will attempt a field goal. It will be a 22-yard attempt from the right hash mark. Johnson will hold, and the kick will come off the toe of Daniel Bell. They line it up. The snap, fumbles the snap, and the kick is up, and it's blocked and rolls into the end zone. It's a touchback, and the Explorers defense did bend. It bent about as far as you can bend, but it did not break. They hold on 3rd and short, and then the Vandals botch a field goal attempt as Johnson had difficulty with the snap, and by the time he got it down, Bell really had no chance of putting it through. And if you're Marquette, you got to breathe a sigh of relief there, Coach.
Well, looking at last Saturday's game and this one here, those things like that don't happen all the time.
1st and 10 Explorers from their own 20. On their first possession, they marched right down to the field. We're down to 1:51 remaining here in the first quarter, scoreless. And here is Holm keeping it himself, working the right side. He's got lots of running room. Out across the 30 to the 32. Holm faked the handoff to the fullback Sterrett, pulled it out, found a seam to the right side, and turned it upfield and gained 13 on the carry out to the 33-yard line. First down, Marquette. They ran the fullback 3 times on the opening possession. That time the defense collapsed as he faked the handoff to the fullback, and Holm had all kinds of running room. They send Piper wide to the left side, Miller wide right. Double wing formation. Dalton Holm, the junior quarterback, under center. 1st and 10 at the 33. The pitch back, and here's Moore trying to sweep the left corner. He could not turn that corner and probably would have been better off to have cut it up rather than give ground to try to turn that right corner, and he ends up losing 4 yards on the carry.
On the tackle for the Vandals.
Of course, it's easy for me up here to tell him where the openings were.
Right, but they had great containment. Vandalia did from the end to the sidelines.
2nd and 14 Explorers from their own 29. Piper wide left, Miller wide right. On the second down play, Dalton Holm puts a man in motion to the right side, and he drops the throw. Rolling to his right, looking downfield. Nobody's open, and finally tries to unload it, and the ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage just as Holm is hit and falls incomplete. And he had 3 receivers out, and looking downfield, truly nobody was open.
No, they weren't.
And I noticed at least one receiver here on the near sideline when he wasn't open. He just stopped. You've got to help your quarterback out there, don't you? Got to try to find an opening.
Well, that kid is a sophomore, so he's got a lot to learn.
It's now 3rd and 14 Explorers from their own 29-yard line. Receivers left and right. Holm sets the team on the 3rd down play. He puts a man in motion to the left side, and they run the wing counter to the right with Michael Ford. Tries to turn that right corner, gets to the right sideline, but can't stay in bounds as he crosses the 30 out to the 33-yard line. So he got only 4 on that carry, and it's going to be 4th and 10 in the first punting situation of the night. Once Ford was able to turn that corner, he was just too close to the sideline, tried to tightrope it. If he'd been able to stay in bounds, he had a little running room, but the sideline just got upon him too quickly, and now Dalton Holm stands back at his own 19-yard line in punt formation. Holm gets the kick away. It's a high, short kick that takes 1 bounce and goes out of bounds, and the Vandals will start in great field position at their own 42-yard line. So not one of Holm's better punts, and the Vandals, who marched from their own 13 all the way down to the Explorer 5 on their first possession, this time will start at their own 42. We are scoreless, down to just 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter here at Public School Stadium in Alton. Don't forget Triad and Civic Memorial, Game 2 of our broadcast doubleheader tonight. That'll come your way from Bethalto. And Marty Johnson brings his team to the line of scrimmage, puts a man in motion to the right side. They run the option to the right side. Johnson finally pitches it, and the Explorers get a hand on it. The ball's loose. Marquette scoops it up, and they've got the football inside the 35 of the Vandals. I don't know who got a hand on that pitch, but Johnson waited until the last possible moment. He waited just a hair too long.
Right, exactly.
And so now the turnovers are even at 1 apiece. Brad Emming is the one who got a hand on it and deflected that pitch. And I think it was Derek Sterrett that got on it. And the Explorers now will start 1st and 10 at the Vandalia 33-yard line. We're down to 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Miller wide right, Piper wide left. Double wing formation. Dalton Holm under center. Puts Ford in motion to the right side, and they run the option to the right side. He pitches back to Ford, who has it go off his hands, and I think the Explorers got on it. I think Tyler Moore came out of nowhere and covered that one, and Ford made a sophomore mistake there because he tried to, once he lost the ball to the turf, he tried to scoop it up instead of just falling on it. And, of course, I remember that, you teaching, get on the football. Get on the football. When it's on the turf, just get on it. And that'll end the first quarter of action. It's not been the best quarter of action for either team, but after 12 minutes, we're scoreless. Marquette in Vandalia, you're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
Second and 11, Marquette. The give to Derek Sterrett right up the middle of the fullback. He's hit immediately, coughs up the football, and Vandalia has recovered. The third fumble of the night for Marquette, their second lost fumble. Both have been lost by Sterrett, and the Vandals get the football right back, and it would appear that maybe neither team wants to win this game, at least early on. The Marquette has turned it over twice. Vandalia with a turnover of its own. And first and 10 Vandals from their own 32. As we're just underway in the second quarter, here's a give to Ulmer right up the middle. Big hole out across the 45 to the 47 or 48-yard line. And a gain of 16 on that carry for Levi Ulmer.
Well, the Explorers have got to find a way to stop the fullback.
He's carried 10 times for 51 yards, and we barely played a quarter. First and 10 Vandals from their own 48-yard line. A man in motion to the right side. They give it to Ulmer, and that time they stopped him. That time they stopped him for no gain. They might have even thrown him for a short loss. And that time the Explorer defensive line closed it off. No gain for Ulmer. Second down and 10, Vandals from their own 48. Both teams came in at 1 and 2. Marquette won last week. Vandalia won in week 1. Now here's the pitch to the right side, and a nice run there for a first down by Nate Henna, as Henna carried tacklers with him across midfield all the way down to the Marquette 41-yard line. And that was a gain of 11 on that carry for Henna. First down for the Vandals, their 8th of the night.
Well, the Explorers need to put a lot of helmets on numbers. They're out there grabbing, and they're just running right through the arm tackles.
First and 10, Vandalia at the Marquette 39. Now here's the kick, and there's a tackle. There's a hit by Derek Sterrett as he brought the running back Brian Hosick down for a loss. They tried to bring Hosick from the right wingback position, and Sterrett would have none of that. He penetrated the backfield and threw Hosick for a 5-yard loss.
Well, that's the first time they've sent a linebacker tonight, and I still contend that they need to play some games there with the defensive line and the linebackers.
Second and 15 Vandals at the Marquette 45-yard line. Johnson back to throw. Swings it out to the right side. That's Henna. Henna tries to cut it back against the grain. Breaking tackles, and he took it down to the Marquette 41-yard line for a gain of 4. And at first it looked like he was going nowhere, and then it looked momentarily like he might break it as he cut it back against the grain. But the Explorers finally brought Henna down. He's a strong runner. Henna's second pass reception of the night. Both have gone for 4 yards. And now a big third down play here. 3rd and 11 Vandals at the Marquette 41-yard line. Henna's carried 4 times and caught 2 passes, and appears to be a very strong runner. 3rd and 11, Vandalia. Marquette jumps offside. It was the nose tackle. Actually, one of the linebackers up there stunning at the line, Sean Utley. And he stepped into that neutral zone, and once you do, that's it. 5-yard penalty. Actually, that's the first penalty of the night, which is in stark contrast to last Saturday's game. But that could be a critical one. What was 3rd and 11 now becomes 3rd and 6 at the Explorer 36-yard line. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Marty Johnson, a senior quarterback, puts a man in motion to the right side, pitches it back, and The running back lost the football, and the Explorer defender tackled the man anyway, and who got on the football? Marquette did. So that's the 4th turnover of the ball game. The pitchback was to Ryan Ambule, his first carry of the night. He coughed it up. Ambule is a sophomore, and the Explorers recovered. So the turnovers even at 2 apiece. And the more we play, the more it looks like neither team really wants to win the football game. Just based upon the turnovers and the missteps. Let's see if Marquette can put something together here. Hang on to the football. They've had 3 possessions, turned it over twice, and punted once. Here's the give. It's going to be, Derek Sterrett, or rather Dalton Holm. Fake the handoff to Sterrett, and Holm finds running room down the right sideline and picks up 17 yards, all the way down to the 39 of the Vandals. A nice run there by Dalton Holm.
Yes, it was nice. It was a nice fake to the fullback, and just took it right where he should have. He ran it right at the end to force that issue, and picked up a big first down.
1st and 10 Explorers at the Vandalia 39-yard line. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Holm takes the snap, runs the option to the left side, finds an opening, steps into it, and takes it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry for Holm. 2nd and 5, Explorers. Down to 8:25 and counting, remaining in the 2nd quarter. High school football on the Big Z, CM and Triad. Up next, later this evening. And then tomorrow, Roxana, East Alton, Wood River, and Alton games for you, following Fighting Illini football. Miller wide right, Piper wide left. Dalton Holm on 2nd and 5, turns, gives it to Sterrett, the fullback, and Sterrett dragging tacklers with him for short yardage down to about the 32-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry, and it's going to be 3rd and, we'll call that a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. So a big 3rd down play here for the Explorers. 3rd and 3. You would assume this is 4 down territory, as the line of scrimmage is the Vandalia 32-yard line. Piper wide left, Miller wide right. They put a man in motion to the left side and hand it on the jet play to Tyler Moore, looking for an opening. Steps inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line, where he's thrown out of bounds. And he'll be very close to a first down. And where they put the football down, it will be a first down. He needed 3, and he got 3 yards and a foot. And Moore did a good job there of hunting for an opening. When he finally found one, he turned it up. He kept going down that line and down that line. That was that jet play where you put the wing back in motion and snap the ball just as he gets behind the quarterback, hand it to him, and he's got a full head of steam when he gets the football and then tries to turn that corner, and he finally was able to for a 3-yard pickup. The 6th first down of the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 at the 29, and here is Holm in trouble in the backfield, eluding tacklers, but finally was brought down at the 32 of the Vandals for about a 3-yard loss. Holm, I think that was a busted play. He went back and was looking for somebody to hand it to, and Ford had gone in motion, and he just kind of stopped back there. I don't know what the play was supposed to have been, but it turns out to be a 3-yard loss for Holm on the carry. 2nd and 13 Explorers at the Vandalia 32-yard line. Now LaShawn Whedon into the ball game in a wing-back position, and they pitch it back to Whedon. He tries to turn that right corner, and there's nothing there, and he's thrown for a big loss all the way back to the 40-yard line. A loss of 8 on that carry. And he had nowhere to go, but made the mistake of continually giving ground, hoping to find something, but never did materialize. And Whedon, on his first carry of the night, loses 8. And now it's 3rd and 21 for the Explorers. This is very reminiscent of last week. Every time it looks like Marquette has something going, they seem to shoot themselves in the foot. So 3rd and 21 at the Vandalia 40-yard line, and now the Explorers want a timeout. It comes with 5:41 remaining in the half. The score, Marquette nothing, Vandalia nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Olin Community Credit Union offers more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum credit card, which rewards you with low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a rewards program, which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for an Olin Visa Platinum card at olincreditunion.org or call 258-3168. Get a great introductory rate for the first 6 months.
Indoor allergies got you down? Pick up a Natural Air microparticle pleated air filter from St. Peter's True Value Hardware for just $3.99 while supplies last. Going green is a little easier with a 5-pack of 13-watt soft cell CFL light bulbs with a 5-year guarantee for the bargain of the month price of just $8.88. Stock up around the house with a 6-pack of Sparkle paper towels for $3.99. Find these and other great bargains of the month at St. Peter's True Value in Alton. Start right, start here.
3rd and 21 Marquette at the 40 of Vandalia. This is a perfect spot for a screen pass. No sense taking any big chances, but screen pass might give you a chance. Back to throw home. Screen pass to the left side. Derek Sterrett, blockers out in front. Inside the 35, breaks a tackle at the 30, 25, 20, 15, and out of bounds inside the 10, down at the 8-yard line. And the screen pass worked. Good for 32 yards. And how'd you like that call, Coach?
Sam, you amaze me. You really do.
You'd have called that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would have.
See, you taught me well. 1st and 10 Explorers. The first completion of the night for Dalton Holm goes for 32 yards on the screen pass to the fullback, Derek Sterrett. And Sterrett did a good job, broke a couple of tackles just as he broke the line of scrimmage, and once he did, he was off to the races. 1st and goal at the 8. Here's the give to Sterrett right up the middle inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry by the Explorer fullback. And you got to believe Sterrett has a little bit of incentive because he's fumbled twice in this ballgame and killed drives, and so he just got the 32-yard completion on the screen pass and then picked up 5 there. It's 2nd and goal for the Explorers at the 3 of the Vandals. Miller wide right, Piper wide left. Double wing formation. Holm, long count, turns, gives it to Sterrett. Sterrett stacked up after a gain of maybe a yard. He got a little, but not much. And now it's going to be 3rd and goal for the Explorers. They put it right back down on the 3-yard line, so no gain on that carry for Sterrett. LaShawn Wheaton checks into the ball game for the Explorers. 3rd and goal, Marquette. We're scoreless inside of 4:25 remaining here in the first half. Miller lines up as a tight end to the left side, double wing formation with a receiver to the right. And here is the give again to the fullback, Derek Sterrett, and he's down near the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Derek Sterrett, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Explorers break on top. All of that comes after the Vandals' 2nd turnover of the night, and the Explorers put together a nice drive. The key play, the 32-yard screen pass on 3rd and 21 for the Explorers moments ago. And now the extra point attempt off the toe of Nick Schrank. The snap to spot the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, and it's no good. He missed it wide left. 4:10 remaining in the first half. It's Marquette 6, Vandalia nothing.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at RiverBender.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready. She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
With John Rogers, Sam Stem back at Public School Stadium in Alton, and the Explorers kick it away after taking the 6-0 lead, and it's going to be returned by the Vandals out across the 25 to the 30, and this, he fumbles the football, and the ball is loose, and the Explorers have recovered. The return man, Daniel Bell, looked like he was going to be gone for the touchdown, and somebody reached in from behind and stripped the football away from him.
I think it was Michael Ford.
I think it was, and Ford gets up a little bit gimpy, but Ford really had no chance to tackle Bell, so he just reached up and punched the football out, and it came loose. I was about to tell you Bell was going to the races out near midfield, and the ball came loose, and the Explorers have recovered the third turnover of the night, the third lost fumble by the Vandals. And now the Explorers, with 4 minutes remaining in the first half, have an opportunity here to extend their lead. 1st and 10 at the Vandal 49-yard line. Here's the give. They run the option to the right side, pitch it back to LaShawn Whedon, and he's out there all by himself, and 4 Vandals, Barry Whedon, back at his own 47-yard line for a loss of 4.
It wasn't very good block out there on the perimeter by one of the wingbacks.
I was about to say, Whedon has had his number called twice. He's run the ball twice, and neither time did anybody block anybody out front of him. And that time he took the pitch and looked up, and there were 4 Vandals waiting to bury him, and they did. 2nd and 14 Explorers from their own 47. Whedon in motion to the right side and back to throw. Is home. The screen to the left side to Starrett, to midfield to the 45. Breaks the tackle at the 42 and pounds his way down to the 38-yard line. And the screen pass works again, this time for 14 yards and another first down. Well, it worked once, and they went back to it. And Starrett, one thing about him, when he gets a full head of steam, look out, because he'll take on a tackler. And he did there, and ran somebody over.
Well, using that screen will slow down those corners because they're really crashing.
1st and 10 Explorers at the 38 of the Vandals. Now Holm keeps it himself, runs a bit of a bootleg, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet at the 35, and dragging tacklers with him, moving the pile down to the 32-yard line. Holm looked like he was going to be hemmed in all the way back at the 36 and managed to fight his way forward to the 32, and those would be the toughest 4 yards he ever got. All in total, he gained 6, but the last 4 were really tough. 2nd and 4, Marquette. The clock rolling with 2:13 remaining in the half. The line of scrimmage, the Vandal 32-yard line. Double wing formation, Holm back to throw. Looking deep down the left sideline. Piper is open, but it is incomplete. And actually, Piper had several steps on the defender, but Holm couldn't throw it far enough. Piper had to stop and wait for it, and that allowed the defenders time to come back and catch up to Piper. When Holm let the throw go, I looked down, and Piper had a good 4 yards on the nearest defender, but he had to slow down and wait for the football to get there. And now it's 3rd and 4 for the Explorers. That stops the clock with 1:59 remaining in the half. Marquette leading 6-0. Man in motion to the left side, and they give it on the counter, and that is Derek Starrett. And Starrett takes it inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He needed 4, he got 3, and it's 4th and 1 Marquette.
I would think Marquette will go for it here.
There's no reason not to. Obviously, well out of field goal range. They haven't made many extra points this year, let alone trying a long field goal. The line of scrimmage, the 29 of the Vandals. The clock rolling with 1:25 remaining in the half. Miller wide right, Piper wide left on 4th and 1. Here is the give, and that's Tyler Moore. He's got the first down and fights his way forward to the 26, just inside the 27-yard line. He needed a yard, and he got 3. Only the 4th carry of the night for Tyler Moore. 4 carries for 16 yards. 1st and 10 Marquette at the Vandal 27-yard line. Holm puts Whedon in motion to the right side. They run the option to the right side, and Holm kept it himself. Looked like he was reluctant to pitch it to Whedon. And takes a loss on the play back to the 28-yard line, a loss of a yard. LaShawn Whedon, 5'9", 145, a sophomore. Now Michael Ford back in there at wingback. 2nd and 11 for the Explorers, down to 38 seconds remaining. Holm drops the snap, picks it up, and is covered all the way back at his own 34-yard line. So another loose football. Marquette has put the ball on the turf 4 times and lost 2 of them, and now the Explorers want a timeout, facing 3rd and about 18 with 23 seconds remaining in the half. Marquette leads it by a score of 6-0. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Looking for a new or pre-owned car, recreational vehicle, boat, camper, or motorcycle? Want all the options? With Olin Community Credit Union, you'll receive flexible terms with all the options. With Olin Community Credit Union's low rates. What are you waiting for? Call 618-258-3168 to speak with an Olin Community Credit Union representative, or visit www.olincreditunion.org.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
3rd and 18 Explorers. Holm back to pass, and under pressure escapes one tackler. Now he's going to take off and run inside the 35 and gets to the sideline at the 32-yard line. And all of that to gain 2 yards. I think they were trying to set up that screen again, and this time Vandalia was wise to it. So Holm ends up gaining 2 yards. You can go to the well too often, can't you?
Yes, you can.
And so now it's 4th. We'll call it 4th and 15 for the Explorers, with 17 seconds remaining in the half. And I'd say it's Hail Mary time. It may as well take a shot at the end zone. The line of scrimmage, the Vandal 32-yard line, and now it's delay of game Marquette. Only their 2nd penalty of the night. Only the 2nd penalty in the ball game, as Vandalia is unpenalized. And the Explorers a little indecisive there as to what play they wanted to call, and by the time they got it in and the team got to the line of scrimmage, the play clock had expired, and so now it's 4th and 20 for the Explorers at the Vandalia 37-yard line. Deep throw down the left sideline, intended for Piper, falls incomplete at the goal line, and Holm got buried after just as he let the football go, and he is slow in getting up. But he does walk off the field under his own power. And so now the Vandals take over on downs with 11 seconds remaining. Marquette leading it 6-0. Marquette has fumbled 4 times, lost 2 of them. Vandalia fumbled 3 times and lost all 3. So 5 turnovers in the first half. We saw a lot of turnovers last week as Marquette beat Hillsboro right here on Saturday night. And now the Vandals will take, well, they looked like they were going to take a knee, but instead they hand it off, and the running back finds some running room to the left side, crosses the 40 and takes it out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry for Tyler Craig, his first carry of the night. But that is the final play of the first half, and at halftime, it's Marquette 6, Vandalia nothing.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.
The Explorers with a novel approach to kicking off all season long as they gather in a huddle about 10 yards behind the teed-up football, and they break that huddle and come running to the line of scrimmage and just continue from there, which I guess makes it difficult for the blockers on the receiving team to pick somebody out to block.
Well, the systems on returns is that you count off and you get a number, and that's who you're supposed to block.
It's a little bit hard to count off when they come breaking out of the huddle like that. Then on occasion they'll run up and then stop, and then back up and kick. This time, it's an onside kick, and the Vandals cover it at their own 48-yard line. So Marquette a little daring there, and the ball took a nice high hop just as it got 10 yards downfield, but the Vandals weren't fooled, and they were right there. And if one of those up men hadn't pounced on it, the Explorers were going to be right there to grab it, but not really close there. So Marquette gambling that their defense can stop the Vandals, who need now only to march 52 yards to get the tying and potential go-ahead touchdown. 6-0 Explorers. Senior quarterback Marty Johnson under center turns, gives it to the fullback Levi Ulmer, breaking tackles. Ulmer, one man to beat. John Piper catches him up to him and finally pulls him down, all the way down at the Explorer 21-yard line. That one went for 31 yards, and you said it, coming right out of halftime. They need to figure out how to stop the fullback, and they didn't dare. 12 carries, 82 yards on the night for Levi Ulmer. 1st and 10, Vandals at the Marquette 21-yard line. And just like that, Vandalia is knocking on the door. Here is the give again. It's the fullback. This time he bounces it outside to the right side, and there's a flag. Well, you were right about that. I mentioned it at halftime, not many flags, and on the second play of the second half, there's a flag, but it works to Marquette's benefit. It's a holding call against Vandalia. It wipes out about a 7-yard gain, and it'll move the Vandals back to 1st and 21. And that's their first penalty of the night, and it comes at an inopportune time. The Vandalia coach is John Stout. The Explorers and Vandals have met 5 times in the last 10 years. And the Explorers have won 4 of those 5. 1st and 21, Vandalia at the Marquette 32-yard line. Here's the pitch back, and Hanna trying to sweep to right side, shakes one tackler and pounds his way all the way down to the Marquette 20-yard line. A gain of 12 on that carry will bring about 2nd and 9. And very seldom, Hanna has only carried 5 times, but he's also caught 2 passes. And I don't think one time has the first man to hit him brought him down. Hanna 5 carries for 42 yards. 2nd and 9, Vandalia at the Marquette 20-yard line. Here's the give to Ulmer, the fullback. Again, working the right side, bounces it out to the right side and takes it down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 5 on that carry will bring about 3rd and 4.
Well, the Explorers are not getting very good work from their defensive ends tonight. They have got to force the issue, not coming upfield, but just maintain their position on the line.
3rd and 4 Vandals at the Marquette 15-yard line. Johnson under center now appears to be changing the play. And now he wants a timeout. Timeout Vandals. It comes with 10-12 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The score, Marquette 6 and Vandalia nothing. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
You don't know Jack Smith!
In Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
Into tonight's action at the top of the South Central Conference, where the Greenville Comets and the Pana Panthers, both at 3-0 on the season. Pana tonight at Carlinville, and the Comets at Hillsboro. And then after that, a couple of teams at 2-1, Southwestern, along with Carlinville. And then a whole bunch of them at 1-2, including both the Explorers and the Vandals. 3rd and 4 Vandalia at the Marquette 15-yard line. And back to throw is Johnson. He sets, he lets it go, a slant to the left side, and he's got his man down at the 6-yard line. Good for a first down, a gain of 9. And making that reception for Vandalia was Nate Hanna, his 3rd reception of the night. And the 10th first down of the night, the 4th completion of the night for Marty Johnson. He's completed 4 of 5 for only 31 yards, but that was a big one there. 1st and goal Vandals at the Marquette 6-yard line. Hanna in motion to the right side. They give it to Ulmer, the fullback, right up the middle, and he takes it down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry for Levi Ulmer, who now has 90 yards rushing on 14 carries. Well, they didn't give him a good spot. They put it down at the 4. So 2nd and goal right there. I guess he hit down at the 4 and rolled forward to the 3. 2nd and goal at the 4. Again, they give it to Ulmer. Oh no, Johnson keeps it himself, and Johnson fights for the goal line. He's in for the touchdown, and this game is tied. That time they faked the handoff to the fullback Ulmer. Johnson kept it himself. He was hit at about the 2, kept the legs churning, and just bowled his way into the end zone. Marty Johnson, a 4-yard touchdown run. And with 9:16 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Vandalia is an extra point away from taking the lead. And the extra point attempt by Bell. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up, it's high, it's long, and it's good. And Vandalia does lead. 9:16 remaining 3rd quarter. The score, the Vandals 7, the Explorers 6. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
from its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand-name products.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got Thorpe, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
Kick to start the second half. And Vandalia promptly fashioned a 52-yard touchdown drive, capped off by the 4-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Marty Johnson. The big play in that series. A 31-yard run by the fullback, Levi Ulmer. And Vandalia tacks on the extra point. It came off the toe of Daniel Bell. And they lead it 7-6. And now John Piper for the Explorers from his own 16. Out across the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Weaving his way through. Finds the right sideline. Piper tries to cut it back as he crossed midfield and his feet went out from underneath him. And I think if they hadn't, he might have been able to cut it back and go all the way, as they had kind of hemmed him in on the near sideline. But there was a lane there. But as he tried to make the cut, he went down at the 47 of the Vandals. So the Explorers offense now will be put to the test as Marquette trails for the first time in this ball game. A 7-6 Vandalia lead. That was a nice looking drive by the Vandals, but they've moved the ball like that all night long. Their biggest problem was 3 turnovers in the first half. Without a turnover on that drive, they punched it right in. And now let's see if the Vandals haven't really stopped the Explorers. There's only been 1 punt in this ball game. Dalton Holm turns, keeps it himself, faked the handoff to the fullback, and Holm finds some running room. Now there's another flag, as Holm took it down to the 41-yard line, but you can guess this will be a hold against the Explorers. And you were absolutely right. I should have said nothing at halftime. We had only 2 5-yard penalties in the first half, and now we've already had 2 major penalties here in the second half, 1 against each team. Vandalia overcame their holding call. Let's see if Marquette can do the same as they mark that off from the spot of the foul and take it back and put it down at the Explorer 45-yard line, and they will face 1st and 18. Dalton Holm, the Explorers' leading rusher, 9 carries for 47 yards. Starrett, the fullback, has carried 8 times for 28 yards. 1st and 18, and here is Holm keeping himself, working the right side. He's out across midfield. He pitches it back now, and it's Tyler Moore, and he takes it all the way down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That was a well-designed option and with the pitch.
So a big run there. Holm did most of it, and then way downfield, pitched it back, and that goes as a gain of 26 yards for Tyler Moore. The 9th first down of the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 Marquette at the 29 of the Vandals. Now here is the give to Derek Starrett, and Starrett pounds his way down, short yardage, but took it down to the 26-yard line, a gain of about 3.
I notice Holm's got his right wrist taped. I don't think he had that the first half.
Well, he took that hit on the final play of the half, or the Explorers' final play. He was hit hard and kind of came off holding that throwing arm. So that might have been when it occurred. Southwestern leading the Oilers 34-6 at the half. So the Piasaw Birds looking for their 3rd victory. Now it's Starrett up the middle, 1st down yardage inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line, a gain of 10 on that carry for the fullback, Derek Starrett.
That's how a fullback's supposed to run.
Well, Marquette has done a good job of mixing it up tonight. Starrett 10 carries, Holm 9 carries, and amongst the wingbacks, a total of 9 carries for the 2 wingback positions. So that's some good balance. It hasn't always been that way throughout the season. 1st and 10 Marquette. The Explorers trail by a point. The line of scrimmage, the Vandal 16-yard line. Double tight, double wing. Here is the give to Starrett, the fullback. He moves the pile, still has those legs churning. Looks like a rugby scrum, and finally Starrett stacked up at the 10-yard line after a gain of 6. Visions of Woody Hayes, except we didn't have the cloud of dust, and it was more than 3 yards. Wasn't that it? 3 yards in a cloud of dust? But that time Starrett showed his strength as they stood him up, and he just kept the legs churning and went about another 4 or 5 yards. 2nd and 4 Marquette at the 10 of the Vandals. Double tight, double wing. They put a man in motion to the right side, and Holm keeps it himself right up the middle, squirts inside the 5, or he's down at the 5-yard line. I think the ball came loose, but only after he hit the ground. A 5-yard gain for Dalton Holm, and another first down for Marquette, 1st and goal at the 5. Holm faked the handoff to the fullback Sterrett, then faked a handoff to the wingback, and then followed them both into the hole, and got low and just squirted forward for the 5-yard pickup. 1st and goal Explorers. Again, they go double tight, double wing. Dalton Holm under center puts a man in motion to the left side and hands it to Tyler Moore. No, he gave it to the fullback. It was Sterrett, the fullback, and he might have gotten a yard, if anything. He did get a yard down to the 4, 2nd and goal right there.
That was nice faking by Tyler Moore.
Yeah, Moore sprinted into the line of scrimmage like he had the football. That's what made me believe he had it. And nice faking by Dalton Holm as well as he carried out his fakes. 2nd and goal Explorers at the 4-yard line. Well, last time they had it 1st and goal at the 5, they gave it to Sterrett 3 straight times. This time they give it to Moore and he walks in. That wing counter, and Tyler Moore walks in from 4 yards out as the entire defense collapsed on Derek Sterrett, and Tyler Moore was totally unaccounted for. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Explorers have regained the lead. Well, on the previous play, after they handed it to Sterrett, Moore could have walked in, so they called the same play again, and that time they did give it to Moore. Now Marquette goes for 2. And here is the give on. They gave it to the fullback, Derek Sterrett. He loses the football, and the 2-point conversion attempt fails. 5:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So Marquette answers after Vandalia put together a 52-yard touchdown drive and kicked the extra point to take a 7-6 lead. Marquette answers with a 47-yard touchdown drive, and with 5:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the score now is Marquette 12, Vandalia 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
To a military family, a phone call home is priceless, but these phone calls are expensive. By donating a used cell phone through Cell Phones for Soldiers, Weber Granite City Chevrolet is helping U.S. service members get a free 60-minute calling card. Cell Phones for Soldiers addresses an everyday emotional need that everyone has experienced, the need to call home, to hear a familiar voice while far away. If you have a cell phone you're not using, please donate it to us at Weber Granite City Chevrolet for the Cell Phones for Soldiers program.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to tomlaneagency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Beautiful night for football throughout the Riverbend region, all of southwestern Illinois, and a big crowd here at Public School Stadium in Alton. I'm sure that's the case all around the area. This was weather that was invented to play football in. Of course, I shouldn't end a sentence with a preposition, should I? You know anything about that? Did you ever teach English?
No, I didn't, but I read enough term papers to see O's at the end of the sentences.
So here's a high short kick, and it goes right through the hands of the return man. He goes back, picks it up at the 10, and he's in trouble and spun down at the 11-yard line. Well, the deep man there came running up and ran right through the football. I think it went right through his hands, but he was alert enough. That was Daniel Bell. No, it was number 14. That's Tim Ritchie. He was alert enough to turn around and go back and get it, but by the time he did, Ritchie, a sophomore, looked up after he picked up the football at the 10, and there was the entire Explorer kickoff team surrounding him. So now the Vandals start 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Put a man in motion to the right side and pitch it back to Hanna, and Hanna Good running room out across the 15 to the 19-yard line. And a gain of 8 on that carry on the first down play. And that's been, I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Vandalia has been very, very successful on first down plays. You know, when you're 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, you got a pretty good chance of moving the sticks. And for a defense, that's really where you want to do your best work, is on first down and force them into 2nd and 3rd and long. 2nd and 2, now the give to the fullback, Ulmer, and he is stacked up and brought down for no gain on the play, making the tackle for the Explorers, Sean Etley. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2. Ulmer got about a foot on that carry. It's a short 2, but still 3rd, but we'll call it 3rd and 1. And a critical play here. If the Explorers can stop him, they'll force Vandalia to punt for the first time tonight. Here's the give to the fullback, Ulmer. He is stacked up. He got a little and he got just enough. No, actually, he squirted through and got more than I thought. He's all the way out to the 23-yard line. He got 4 yards on that carry. Somebody hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but he managed to wiggle through. The 11th first down of the night for Vandalia, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line. This drive started at their own 11. They put a man in motion to the right side. That's Henna. They pitch it back to Nate Henna. This time he's hemmed in and brought down for no gain on the play. And the first one to hit him there for the Explorers was Michael Cook.
Well, I tell you what, Tyler Moore, the corner, came up nicely that time and jammed the lead back. Something that type of play we really haven't been getting much of tonight.
2nd down and 10 for Vandalia. The clock rolling with 3:12 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Marquette with a 12-7 lead. It was 6-0 Explorers at halftime. On the 2nd down play, Marty Johnson back to throw, lets it go. He's got a man in the seam, that's Henna, and Henna is being dragged down from behind, but not until he gets all the way down to the Marquette 35-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Johnson can throw the football. And a big gain there. 42 yards on that completion from Johnson to Henna. And another first down. Henna has caught 4 passes for a total of 59 yards. Henna found a seam, and I'll tell you, Johnson is 5 of 6 on the night for 73 yards. He throws a nice ball. I'm not sure I wouldn't throw more if I was Vandalia. Now,
Marquette timeout.
Marquette calls a timeout. 2:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score is Marquette 12, Vandalia 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
Ace Hardware in Bethalto is your helpful place. It's where you'll find more than 70,000 items in the store and even more online. It's where the people know how to solve your problems. It's where top brands like Benjamin Moore, Still, and Craftsman make your jobs go smoothly and with confidence. It's where hot buys sizzle each and every week. Ace Hardware in Bethalto is more than helpful. They save you time and money too.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Defense here in the second half. Vandalia took the second half kickoff, put together a 52-yard touchdown drive. Marquette got a nice return on the ensuing kickoff, put together a 42-yard touchdown drive. And on the kickoff that followed that, Vandalia started at their own 11, and they're down to the Explorer 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Vandals right there. The Explorers lead by 5. Receivers left and right, double wing formation. Marty Johnson, the senior quarterback, under center, turns, gives it to the fullback, Ulmer. Levi Ulmer pounds his way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, almost 6 on that carry for Ulmer, who now has 100 yards rushing on 17 carries, 51 in the first half, 49 in the second half. 2nd and 5, Vandals at the Marquette 30-yard line, just inside the 30. Johnson under center. Receivers left and right. Again, he gives it to the fullback, and this time he's thrown for a loss as Sean Utley came knifing through, as did, a host of Explorer tacklers. I think also in on the tackle was Joe Hart. And a loss of 2 on that carry by Ulmer brings about 3rd and 7 for the Vandals. And what happened there, I think the center was late snapping the ball. I think everybody took off and the ball hadn't come back.
That's what it is, because the quarterback almost lost it.
He pulled out and everybody went, and the center forgot the snap count. And so a 5-yard walk-off against the Vandals, only their second penalty of the night, both here in the second half. And it's going to be 3rd and 12, Vandalia at the Marquette 37-yard line. 2 receivers to the right side, another receiver wide left, and now somebody got an early start, or the Explorers were in the neutral zone.
I think it was the right wingback was in motion.
So all of a sudden, Vandalia self-destructing here after moving right down the field. This possession started at their own 11. They took it down to the Marquette 35. And now they're moving backwards. The line of scrimmage, the Marquette 42. And it's 3rd and 17, Vandals.
This is a big down for Marquette. If they can stop them without much gain, they'll force them to punt, and the Explorers will get the ball back.
Vandalia has not punted tonight. They've turned it over 3 times. Now Johnson rolling to his right, wants to throw. He's got a man downfield. He hits his man at the 30-yard line, but not enough for a first down. It'll bring about 4th and 5. That time it was Daniel Bell on the reception. A gain of 12 on that completion. Bell's second reception of the night. And the Vandals at the Marquette 30-yard line. I don't know if they're going to punt or if they're going to keep the offense on the field. They've made some substitutions, but it is the offense that stays out on the field, so they will go on 4th and 5 at the Marquette 30. So as big as that 3rd down play was, this one's even bigger. Trips to the left, another receiver wide right, and Johnson back to throw. Sets, lets it go out to the left side. He's got Hanna. Oh, he dropped the football. He would have had a first down, and he dropped the football.
I think he had some help. The corner out here,
Dalton Holm.
Yeah, I think stripped it.
So a big turn of events there. He had the football at the 25. If he had held on, it would have been a Vandalia first down. Instead, he couldn't hang on. Holm may have gotten a hand in there and punched it loose. And so the Explorers will take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 9 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Marquette with a 12-7 lead. Holm under center, puts a man in motion to the right side. That's forward. Holm runs the option, tries to turn it upfield. Still on his feet. They spun him around, and he crosses the 30 and takes it to the 31-yard line. He gained a yard, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters, the score: Marquette 12, Vandalia 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at RiverBender.com.
Ahead to fourth quarter action. Game 2 of our broadcast doubleheader tonight here on the Big Z. The Civic Memorial Eagles hosting the Triad Knights, so stay tuned for that one. We've got 3 more high school broadcasts for you tomorrow beginning at 2:30 following Illinois football. 11 o'clock kickoff as the Illini host the Huskies of Northern Illinois. Sports Talk on the air tomorrow morning at 10. Sports Director Brent Berkland with scores, highlights, coaches' interviews, and more. Second and a long 9 Explorers from their own 31-yard line. Double tight, double wing. And here they run the option to the left side, and Halm has nowhere to go. They've got the pitch back covered, and Halm lost a yard on that one, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. Halm 12 carries for 52 yards. He's the Explorers' leading rusher. After that, it's Starrett 12 carries for 49, and Tyler Moore 6 carries for 46 yards. Actually, no gain on that play for Halm, and it brings about 3rd and 9 Marquette from their own 31. Early fourth quarter, Marquette with a 5-point lead. They put a man in motion. That's Tyler Moore. They hand him the football. He breaks one tackle, still on his feet, fighting for yardage, and then a flag flies at the point of the tackle. Moore took a hit, took another hit, just kept going, and took it out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 8 on the carry.
Face mask.
And it's a face mask against the Vandals. That'll give the Explorers a first down. Moore almost got it on his own, came up a yard short, but then the face mask against the Vandals will bring about the walk-off that will give the Explorers their 12th first down of the night. It was only a 5-yard walk-off, so it was not going to be an automatic first down.
But it's enough.
So the good work by Moore pays off. He took a couple of hits and just kept going. 1st and 10 Marquette from their own 44-yard line. Double tight, double wing. Halm under center, puts a man in motion, and he gave it to the fullback, Starrett, and he drags tacklers across midfield down to the 45-yard line of the Vandals. An 11-yard gain for Derek Starrett, and another Marquette first down, their 13th of the night. Boy, that's what you like to see from your fullback. Tough sledding, and he just kept it going. And that, more than anything, will open up the outside running. 1st and 10 Marquette at the Vandal 45-yard line. Marquette would love to put together a touchdown drive here. Tyler Moore, the wingback, working the left side. And he gains only a yard down to the 44-yard line. Moore 7 carries for 47 yards. Marquette trying to win for the 2nd consecutive week and even their record at 2-2 as they prepare to head back out onto the road next Friday night and take on Greenville. You can hear that game next Saturday afternoon here on the Big Z. 2nd and 9 Marquette at the Vandal 44-yard line. The clock rolling with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Here is the give on the wing counter, and that's Michael Ford, and Ford takes it inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. He took it to the 42, a gain of 2. Boy, he needed one more step to have a big gainer on that one. And so now 3rd and 7 Explorers at the Vandal 42-yard line. Vandalia with a 2-game losing streak. After winning in week 1 against the Oilers, they've lost to Carlinville and Roxana. 3rd and 7 Explorers at the Vandal 42. Double tight, double wing. A man in motion to the right side. They give it to Moore coming back to the left, and the Vandals were there and waiting for him in the backfield. And it becomes a 6-yard loss for Tyler Moore, and Marquette will have to punt. Only the 2nd punt of the night. Both will have been by the Explorers. The Vandals have not punted tonight. Dalton Holmes stands back at his own 38 awaiting the snap. And now Vandalia with some confusion, and I think they've called a timeout. It comes with 8:44 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The score, Marquette 12, Vandalia 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Did you know that members of Olin Community Credit Union benefit from local service? At Olin Community Credit Union, they keep everything local. They service your loans locally from the time you apply until your final payment. If you're looking to buy or refinance a home, loans are made easy with their online mortgage center. You can view current rates, apply online, sign up for Rate Watch, or contact one of Olin Community Credit Union's mortgage representatives for more information. www.olincreditunion.org.
Approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter here at Public School Stadium in Alton. Marquette leading Vandalia 12-7. Marquette led 6-0 at the half. The Vandals took a 7-6 third quarter lead, but the Explorers answered. Lead at 12-7, and now Marquette in punt formation. Dalton Holm gets a good snap and gets the kick away. It's a low line drive kick, taking it to 15 and out across the 20 to the 22, and good coverage down there for the Explorers by number 70, Eric Hills. And he got downfield and brought the return man down after only about a 5-yard return. They're going to say he went down at the 20-yard line. So the Vandals trailing by 5 will start deep in their own territory. 8:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. Both teams came in 1-2. Somebody will reach the 500 mark, and somebody else will fall further out of the race. Here is the give on a counter, and the ball carrier, Brian Hosick, and Hosick crosses the 20 and takes it out to the 23-yard line, a gain of 3 on that carry. Hosick has seen limited action, only his third carry of the night. 3 carries for 5 yards. 2nd and 7, Vandals from their own 23-yard line. They go double tight with a full house backfield, and they give the football to the running back, Tyler Craig, and he works the left side, crosses the 25, and takes it all the way out to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 on that carry brings about 3rd and 1. So Tyler Craig with only his 2nd carry of the night. And the Vandals giving the Explorers a different look here with a double tight, full house backfield. 3rd and 1 Vandals from their own 29-yard line. And they fumbled the football. It's on the turf. Who got it? The Vandals covered it, I think. They did, but they end up losing 2 yards on the play. That's the 4th time tonight the Vandals have fumbled. They've lost 3 of those 4, and now they may be forced to punt. They will be for the first time tonight. Well, that was a big mistake, facing 3rd and 1 to keep the drive alive, and now for the first time tonight, Vandalia will have to punt. Back deep for the Explorers, Michael Ford. And Bell gets the kick away, and the Explorers just get away. It hits one of the Vandals at the 46. That's where, as a return team, you want to pick it up and go because you can't lose the football.
Nope.
But unless you're absolutely sure they touched it, you're better off just to stay away. But an alert football player will know that rule. You have absolutely nothing to lose if that kicking team touched the football on a punt like that. You can pick it up and you can muff it, you can fumble it, whatever, and you're going to get the football where they touched it, but you might be able to return it. 1st and 10 Explorers from their own 45, leading 12-7. Marquette needs a knockout blow right here. Holm keeps it himself, working the left side, faked the handoff to the fullback Sterrett, and found Running room for about 3 yards up the left side, a gain out to the 48-yard line. Dalton Holm, 13 carries for 56 yards. Sterrett now the leading rusher with 60 yards on 13 carries. 2nd and 7 Explorers. They're taking their time now as that clock rolls with 6:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. But better than trying to run the clock out, you'd be better off to put points on the board. Double tight, double wing, and now Ulmer from his linebacker position jumps offside. That'll cost the Vandals 5 yards. And turns 2nd and 7 into 2nd and 2 for the Explorers. It moves the football across midfield down to the Vandal 47-yard line. And they roll the clock with 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Marquette won 14-0 last week. Lead at 12-7 here as we have less than half a quarter remaining. 2nd and 2 Marquette. Double tight, double wing. Dalton Holm under center. Takes the snap. Lost the snap. And the Vandals act like they've recovered it, but they have to unpile them.
Yes.
Vandals have recovered it. Marquette's 5th fumble of the night, their 3rd lost fumble. The turnovers in this game are even at 3 apiece.
You just can't do that. They'll kill you every time.
Boy, when you're in the last half of the fourth quarter in week 4, the center quarterback exchange ought to be there. And that's what happened there. I don't know how it happened, but Dalton Holm just never got the football cleanly. And now here come the Vandals. And here's the handoff and a short gain, a gain of a yard on that carry for Levi Ulmer, the fullback. Both teams spinning their wheels here tonight. A 12-7 ball game would be a pretty interesting ball game, but when you throw 6 turnovers in there, a total of 9 fumbles, and 6 of them lost, 3 by each team, kind of bogs things down. 2nd and 9, Marty Johnson back to throw under heavy pressure, sidesteps one tackler, but he's finally brought down for a loss on the play, making the sack for the Explorers, number 75, Clay Diskin. And now we've got an Explorer player down and injured. That's Derek Sterrett. He was the first one to have a shot at Marty Johnson. Couldn't bring him down. He escaped Sterrett and finally Clay Diskin. I think that was 75. It was. For the Explorers that finally brought Johnson down. And I'm not sure what's wrong with Sterrett.
Looks like his shoulder.
But he's also limping. You don't normally limp when you hurt your, but he's holding his shoulder too.
It's his whole right side.
There you go. So a loss of 3 on that play brings about 3rd and 13. A critical down here for the Vandals who trail by 5. Johnson back to throw. And now he's going to try and run for it. I think they were trying to set up a middle screen, and the Explorers immediately infiltrated that screen. Johnson saw that and knew he was going to have to take off and run. Had nowhere to go and lost 2 yards on the play, and now it's 4th and 15. The clock rolling with 4:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And let's see if the Vandals are going to punt here or if they feel like they've got to go for it on 4th and 15.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
They are going to go for it. I don't know about this. I think I might punt and see if the Explorers might fumble it back to him one more time. Johnson back to throw. Lets it go deep down the middle, and it's incomplete, and Marquette will take over on downs out near midfield. Not sure about that decision by John Stout. You've still got 3:44 remaining, and I think Vandalia had at least 2 timeouts remaining.
Yes, they do.
So, gosh, if you can force a 3 and out, and hope that maybe Marquette might turn it over for a 4th time tonight. But now they're going to have to depend upon their defense, and Marquette starts with great field position at the Vandalia 43-yard line.
And Sterrett's back in the ballgame.
Double tight, double wing for the Explorers, and Holm looks like a busted play, and he's stacked up in the backfield. A flag is thrown, and I'll tell you, this is going from bad to worse, isn't it? Holding against the Explorers. This is why I think I would have punted if I'd been Vandalia. Oh, they're going to decline the penalty because it was a loss anyway. And they want the down to count because they want to get the football back. The clock stopped momentarily with 3:37 remaining. Now they roll it. And Marquette will be in no hurry to break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Marquette leading 12-7. This game has just had no flow, but when you have 6 turnovers, that's what happens. Double tight, double wing. 2nd and 15 Explorers from the 49 of the Vandals, 48. They put Ford in motion to the right side. They hand it to Ford. And he tries to turn it upfield and takes it down to the 46-yard line. A gain of 3 on that carry for Ford. And it's going to be 3rd down for the Explorers. 3rd and 13. The clock continues to roll with 2:45 remaining in the 4th quarter. Marquette 12, Vandalia 7. Marquette led it 6-0 at the half. Trailed 7-6 in the 3rd quarter. Answered. And now a big 3rd down play here. 3rd and 13 Explorers at the 46 of the Vandals. The pitch back to Tyler Moore. Moore turns that corner but doesn't have much running room. He gains 2. And it's going to be 4th and 11. And if you're Marquette, you have to punt and pin them deep, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And a timeout called by the Vandals. Well, I don't know. I hate to second guess a coach, but if Vandalia had punted on that last possession, then held Marquette to this 3 and out, they would have been facing much better field position. We're down to 2:23 remaining in the 4th quarter, and Marquette will drop back into punt formation. And I would guess if you're Vandalia, you're probably going to come after Dalton Holm, aren't you? Are you going to try to set up a return?
I think they're going to set up a return. I really do, because they can't afford a roughing.
True. Coming up next, Civic Memorial and Triad, Mississippi Valley Conference action. The Eagles hosting the Knights out at Hauser Field in Bethalto. So stay tuned for that. And Dalton Holm stands back at his own 42-yard line awaiting this snap. Nobody back deep for Vandalia, so they're going to come after Dalton Holm. They don't have a return man back there. Big, heavy rush, and Holm barely gets the kick away. Kicks it straight up the elevator shaft, but it takes a Marquette hop inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. So it's about a 15-yard punt, and finally downed. And the Vandals will start 1st and 10 from their own 26. Well, they almost got there. And Holm did a good job of getting it away. And so now Vandalia needs to go 74 yards in 2:05. And I'll tell you what, Marty Johnson has shown the ability to throw the football. So the first thing, if you're Marquette, you want to get a good pass rush, which they did on that last series. Johnson has completed 6 of 9 for 85 yards. He's in the shotgun. Receivers left and right. Johnson back to throw. Swings it out to the right side. Completes it there, and a dandy tackle made by Derek Sterrett. And he brought the receiver down for a loss of a yard on the play. Making the reception was Tim Ritchie, and Derek Sterrett just cleaned his clock. A gain of only a yard on the completed pass. 2nd and 9, and now a flag is thrown as they line up at the line of scrimmage, and let's see what the call is here.
Substitution.
Illegal substitution by the Explorers. And so they walk off 5 against Marquette. Marquette's 6th penalty of the night. 4 of them here in the second half. 2nd and 6, and back to throw Johnson deep down the left side. He's got a man at the 40, at the 35. And I don't know how you let a man get behind you in a situation like this, but the Explorers did. And it was Henna making the reception. And it goes for 35 yards on that completion and a first down for the Vandals, and now they're in business. Henna's 5th reception of the night, and now they clock it. They spiked the football to stop the clock. The clock did stop to move the chains, and then they rolled it, and Johnson spiked it.
I don't know why they had to spike it.
Well, except that they may not have had a play called.
Oh, that's the only thing.
But a 35-yard completion, I don't know how you let Henna get behind you, and they're lucky he didn't go for more.
You don't.
He was caught from behind.
You don't let them get behind you.
Well, they did. They did.
In this situation.
8 for 12 for Johnson for 121 yards. Now he's back to throw again. He's got some time sprinting out to his left. Completes it on the far sideline, and the man gets out of bounds. Not sure who the receiver was there, but they picked up 6 on that completion. I think it was a tight end. Looks like 81, Matt Hoffman. And he picked up 6. So now it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Vandals at the Marquette 29-yard line. Now Hoffman got out of bounds to stop the clock. Now the Explorers want a timeout with 1:19 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Marquette 12, Vandalia 7. You're listening to Z1570 Radio Sports.
At Jack Schmidt Chevrolet in Wood River, we make car buying a breeze. A member of our sales team will assist you in selecting the perfect new or GM certified pre-owned vehicle, and we back it up with our guaranteed price policy. Our commitment to you continues after the sale with genuine Goodwrench service. So if you don't know where to get the best deal on quality vehicles and service,
You don't know Jack Schmidt!
In Wood River, Illinois.
Yeah!
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
In this one going right down to the wire, Marquette with a 12-7 lead, but Vandalia facing 3rd and 4 just inside the Marquette 30-yard line with 1:19 remaining in the 4th quarter. Marty Johnson has completed 8 of 12 passes for 121 yards. And he's in the shotgun here with trips to the right side. He drops to throw. Looking over the middle. He's got his man. Good for a first down. Down to the 18-yard line. Making that reception was Brian Hosick. And Hosick picks up 12. Hosick's first reception of the night. They've spread it around here. 1st and 10 Vandals at the Marquette 18. And again, Johnson spikes it to stop the clock. Now with 1:10 remaining. I think Vandalia has a timeout remaining.
Yes, they do.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 Vandals at the Marquette just inside the 18-yard line. Well, this drive for Vandalia started at about their own 30-yard line. Trips to the left side, another receiver wide right. Johnson drops to throw, lets it go over the middle. He's got a man at the 1. 1st and goal, Vandals right there. And if the receiver hadn't had to dive for the football, he would have gone in easily. Making the reception was Brian Hosick. A gain of 16. Now will they clock it here? They've got plenty of time. 1st and goal at the 1. They call that a fumble. He was trying to spike the football, and somebody reached over and knocked it out of his hand, and they recover the fumble back at the 6-yard line. It's 2nd and goal right there. Second and goal, Vandals at the Marquette 6. The clock rolling with 43 seconds remaining. Johnson back to throw. Now he's going to run for it. Now he's got a man in the end zone, wide open. Touchdown, Vandals. And they take the lead. A 6-yard touchdown run, a 6-yard touchdown pass from Marty Johnson to Matt Hoffman, the tight end. He was all alone in the end zone. Johnson couldn't find a receiver. Was going to run with it, then looked up, and there was Hoffman wide open in the end zone, and the 6-yard touchdown pass gives the Vandals a 13-12 lead. They'll go for 2 right here. Johnson under center, rolls to his right, wants to throw into the end zone. He's got a man in the back corner, and it's broken up, incomplete, and now the Explorers have 36 seconds to try to do something to win this football game. That is a turn of events, I'll tell you. The Vandals put together a 70-yard touchdown drive to take only their second lead of the night. They led 7-6. They lead it here 13-12. 36 seconds remaining. A reminder, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton as we come up on 9 o'clock. Johnson has completed 11 of 16 passes for 155 yards and a touchdown, and put together an impressive drive, about a 70-yard touchdown drive in the final couple of minutes. And now Marquette has 36 seconds remaining. And we'll see what the Vandals elect to do here when they kick it. John Piper earlier in the ball game almost broke a kickoff return for a touchdown. And that's what the Explorers are banking on right here, or hoping for anyway, is a big return. The Vandals have outscored the Explorers 13-6 here in the second half and lead it 13-12. And they'll squib one, and it's going to be picked up by LaShawn Whedon. Now a flag is thrown, and that's probably going to be a hold against Marquette, unless it's a face mask on the tackle. And the Explorers right now have the football at the 25. I think Marquette only has one timeout, don't they?
Yes.
They used a couple on defense. This penalty is going to be against the Vandals. It's a face mask. Well, the squib kick worked because both LaShawn Whedon and John Piper were trying to pick that football up. Finally, Whedon got it and had nowhere to go. After the 5-yard walk-off against the Vandals, Marquette will start 1st and 10 from their own 33 with 31 seconds remaining, trailing by a point. I don't think a long field goal is a possibility, but let's see how far they can move it downfield. And Derek Starrett under center. Starrett lets it go over the middle. He's got Whedon out at the 48-yard line. And a pickup of 15. They'll stop the clock to move the sticks. The 14th first down of the night for the Explorers, and now Starrett spikes it, and a flag is thrown after the play. Let's see what this is all about. Delay of game against the Explorers. I'm not sure about, I don't know what that's all about. Starrett took the snap, spiked the football. Maybe somebody on the Explorer side kicked the football or something after he spiked it.
That's about the only possible thing.
So it's 1st and 15 Explorers from their own 44. Now they roll the clock with 22 seconds remaining. You can't go with a long count like this. Start back to throw. Quick slant to the left side for Michael Ford is behind him, incomplete. I'm not sure why Derek Starrett's in there at quarterback unless they just feel like he has a better chance of throwing a deep ball in a situation like this.
I think that's right.
Dalton Holm is here on the near sideline. But I'm not sure why you wouldn't have Holm in there as a receiver. He's one of their better runners. 2nd and 15, down to 14 seconds remaining. Deep throw down the left sideline, and that is picked off at the 20, and the Vandals are going to win this football game. Well, Marquette let one get away here tonight.
They surely did.
And the Vandals will improve to 2-2, and Marquette will fall to 1-3, heading for Greenville next week.
Ouch.
Well, I think Marquette came in here confident that they could win this one tonight. They had every opportunity, but the inability to play solid defense and the turnovers on offense. And now Vandalia will take a knee, and this one will be over. The final score at Public School Stadium in Alton, Vandalia 13, Marquette 12.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place. Jack Schmidt Chevrolet of Wood River. If you don't know where to get the best auto deals, then you don't know Jack Schmidt. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years. Barry Macias, professional independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alt Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American.